In the heart of a forgotten valley, nestled between towering, gnarled trees and surrounded by an impenetrable mist, lay the ancient village of Eldritch Hollow. Time had woven its threads into the very fabric of the village, leaving behind a tapestry of secrets and mysteries. The village, shrouded in an eerie silence, seemed frozen in the past, as if the hands of time had abandoned it. The cobblestone streets, now overgrown with moss and twisted roots, bore witness to tales that had long been whispered among the locals. Legend spoke of a curse that had befallen Eldritch Hollow centuries ago, when the villagers made a pact with forces beyond human understanding. It was said that on the eve of the harvest moon, the shadows came to life, haunting the narrow alleys and dark corners of the village. As the story goes, a group of villagers had delved into forbidden rituals, seeking prosperity and abundance. In their desperation, they summoned an otherworldly presence that granted their wishes but exacted a steep price, their very souls. From that fateful night onwards, the village was cursed, and the once thriving community was reduced to a ghostly remnant. Locals dared not approach Eldritch Hollow after sundown, for the village took on a malevolent life of its own. The rustling leaves whispered unholy secrets, and the flickering lamplights cast grotesque shadows that danced on dilapidated walls. Over the years, those who ventured near reported strange occurrences, disembodied whispers, fleeting glimpses of ghostly figures, and a pervasive feeling of being watched. A handful of brave souls attempted to lift the curse, but none returned the same. Some claimed to have seen the village's original inhabitants, trapped in a spectral limbo, forever reliving that ill-fated night. One chilling account spoke of a villager who, driven by an insatiable curiosity, entered Eldritch Hollow under the light of the harvest moon. As the moonbeams filtered through the twisted branches, revealing the village's skeletal remains, the air thickened with an ominous presence. The village's cries echoed through the night, and only a tattered journal, stained with blood, was found near the village's outskirts. Eldritch Hollow, with its cursed past and spectral inhabitants, stood as a testament to the consequences of tampering with the unknown. The village remained ensnared in the clutches of a haunting horror, its tales whispered from one generation to the next, ensuring that Eldritch Hollow would forever be a place shrouded in darkness and dread. The haunting of Ravenswood Manor. In the heart of the countryside, surrounded by ancient woods and veiled in perpetual mist, stood the imposing Ravenswood Manor. This centuries-old estate, with its ivy-covered walls and towering spires, had long been the subject of whispers among the locals, a place where the veil between the living and the dead seemed disturbingly thin. Ravenswood Manor was built by the enigmatic Lord Victor Ravenscroft in the late 17th century. The manor's grandeur and opulence were matched only by the rumors that swirled around its construction. Some claimed Lord Ravenscroft had made a pact with malevolent spirits to ensure his family's prosperity for generations to come. As time passed, the manor became a sprawling labyrinth of hidden chambers, secret passages, and forgotten rooms that bore witness to the manifold secrets held within its walls. Locals warned of strange happenings, ghostly apparitions, disembodied whispers, and unexplained phenomena that defied rational explanation. The legend of Ravenswood Manor took a darker turn when, in the 19th century, the Ravenscroft family met a tragic end. A series of mysterious deaths and unexplained disappearances plagued the family, leaving the once proud lineage in ruins. The last living heir, Lady Amelia Ravenscroft, was said to have gone mad, driven to insanity by the tormented spirits that roamed the halls of the manor. With the family line extinguished, Ravenswood Manor fell into disrepair. It became a decaying relic, its once luxurious halls now echoing with the whispers of the past. The locals avoided the estate at all costs, believing that the spirits of the Ravenscroft family still clung to the ruins, seeking retribution for the dark deeds of their ancestors. One fateful night, a group of paranormal investigators dared to unravel the mysteries of Ravenswood Manor. Armed with cameras, EVP recorders, and a false sense of bravado, they entered the dilapidated mansion, determined to capture evidence of the supernatural. As the investigators delved deeper into the manor's secrets, they encountered inexplicable phenomena, apparitions that flickered in and out of existence, cold spots that sent shivers down their spines, and anguished whispers that seemed to resonate from the very walls. The atmosphere thickened with each step, and the once skeptical investigators felt an oppressive presence closing in around them. As the night wore on, the investigators realized they were not alone. Lady Amelia Ravenscroft's tormented spirit, driven to madness by the malevolent forces that had claimed her family, seemed to guide them through the labyrinthine corridors. Each room revealed a piece of the tragic tale, and the investigators became entwined in a spectral dance with the past. When dawn broke, the investigators emerged from Ravenswood Manor, visibly shaken and forever changed. Their footage captured chilling images and eerie sounds that defied explanation. The legend of Ravenswood Manor persisted, growing darker with each retelling, as if the spirits within the manor sought to ensure that their story would echo through the ages, a haunting reminder of the consequences that befell those who dared to disturb the slumber of the dead. Whispers in the Forgotten Mill. Nestled on the outskirts of a quiet town, the abandoned Galloway Mill stood as a spectral sentinel, its weathered walls cloaked in ivy and its shattered windows like empty eye sockets peering into the past. The mill, once the heartbeat of the community, had fallen into disuse and decay, its rusted machinery echoing only the ghostly whispers of bygone days. Local lore spoke of a time when Galloway Mill was a thriving hub of industry, providing employment to the townsfolk and serving as the lifeblood of the community. However, the prosperity came to an abrupt end when a mysterious incident occurred within the mill's labyrinthine corridors. It was said that on a moonless night, a group of workers, lured by the promise of overtime pay, ventured into the heart of the mill to repair a malfunctioning machine. As the hours passed, the rhythmic sounds of machinery gave way to an ominous silence. When dawn broke, the workers were nowhere to be found, leaving behind only tools scattered on the cold, metal floor. A cloud of unease settled over the town, and Galloway Mill was shuttered indefinitely. Locals whispered of malevolent spirits that haunted the abandoned structure, claiming the lost souls of the workers who had vanished that fateful night. The mill became a place of dread, its presence casting a long shadow over the once thriving community. Years later, a group of urban explorers, drawn by the allure of the mill's haunting history, decided to uncover the truth behind the mysterious disappearance. Armed with flashlights and cameras, they crossed the threshold into the dilapidated structure, where time seemed to have stood still. As the explorers delved deeper into the echoing chambers of Galloway Mill, the air grew thick with an oppressive energy. Shadows danced along the walls, and the creaking machinery seemed to come alive with spectral echoes. The explorers, undeterred by the palpable unease, pressed on, determined to unveil the secrets that had long been buried within the mill's walls. In the heart of the mill, they discovered a hidden chamber, its entrance obscured by decades of neglect. Inside, they found a room frozen in time, as if the workers had simply vanished in the midst of their labor. It was then that the temperature plummeted, and the room echoed with whispers that seemed to seep from the very walls. As the explorers recorded their findings, the whispers grew louder, telling a tale of betrayal and tragedy. It was revealed that the mill's owner, driven by greed, had orchestrated the disappearance of the workers to cover up a disastrous experiment gone awry. The lost souls of the workers, trapped in a liminal state between life and death, sought justice for the wrongs committed against them. As the truth unfolded, the temperature in the room plummeted further, and the air became suffused with an otherworldly presence. The explorers, overcome by a sudden sense of dread, fled the mill, leaving behind their equipment and the chilling whispers that seemed to follow them into the night. Galloway Mill, with its dark secrets exposed, became a place of cautionary tales and lingering sorrow. The whispers of the lost workers echoed through the abandoned corridors, a haunting reminder that some mysteries were better left undisturbed, lest the past rise from its slumber to claim the living. The enigma of Wraith Asylum. High atop a desolate hill, obscured by thick mist and encroaching shadows, loomed the imposing silhouette of Wraith Asylum. Its crumbling facades and barred windows told a story of a bygone era when the mentally afflicted were hidden away from society, left to the mercy of dubious treatments and the ever-watchful eyes of the asylum's enigmatic staff. Wraithmoor's origins were steeped in mystery, its records lost to the ravages of time. Some whispered that the asylum's founder, Dr. Nathaniel Blackwood, had been driven by a dark obsession with the supernatural. His experiments, veiled in secrecy, were said to have pushed the boundaries between sanity and madness. The first signs of the asylum's ominous reputation emerged when reports surfaced of patients speaking in tongues, their eyes reflecting an unnatural gleam that chilled the bones of even the most seasoned attendants. It was rumored that Dr. Blackwood's treatments delved into forbidden realms, invoking entities beyond the understanding of mortal minds. The tale took a darker turn when a fire consumed the asylum in the dead of night. The official records stated that the blaze was a tragic accident, but whispers among the locals hinted at a more sinister cause. Some believed that the tortured souls within Wraith had rebelled against their captors, seeking revenge for the torments inflicted upon them. Years later, a journalist named Emma Hartley, drawn by the allure of Wraithmore's dark history, set out to uncover the truth behind the asylum's enigma. Armed with a camera, a recorder, and unyielding curiosity, she ventured into the decaying corridors where the echoes of suffering still lingered. As Emma explored the dilapidated asylum, she encountered remnants of a forgotten era, a rusted gurney in a dimly lit hallway, faded patient records scattered like leaves in the wind, and a foreboding silence that hung in the air like a heavy shroud. The atmosphere seemed to intensify with each step, as if the very walls held memories too dreadful to be forgotten. During her investigation, Emma stumbled upon a hidden chamber deep within Wraithmore, a place untouched by the ravages of time. The room was adorned with occult symbols, its walls lined with drawings that depicted unspeakable horrors. It became evident that Dr. Blackwood's experiments had transcended the boundaries of science, delving into the forbidden realms of the supernatural. As Emma delved further into Wraithmore's secrets, she began to experience strange occurrences, disembodied whispers, fleeting apparitions, and the feeling of an unseen presence watching her every move. It became apparent that the asylum's dark past had not been fully extinguished. It lingered, hungry and vengeful. One chilling night, as Emma explored the asylum's decaying chapel, the air became charged with an otherworldly energy. Shadows danced along the walls, and the temperature plummeted. In the flickering candlelight, the ghostly figures of tormented souls manifested, their anguished cries echoing through the hollow halls. Emma, gripped by a paralyzing fear, captured the spectral apparitions on film, documenting a haunting visual record of Wraithmore's malevolent past. As she fled the asylum, the whispers of the tortured souls seemed to follow, a macabre chorus that echoed in her nightmares for years to come. Wraithmore Asylum, with its dark secrets exposed, remained a desolate monument to the inhumane practices of the past. The legend of Dr. Nathaniel Blackwood and the tormented spirits trapped within its walls continued to cast a long, chilling shadow over the forsaken hill, a cautionary tale for those who dared to seek answers in the haunted corridors of Wraithmore. The phantom ship of Harrow's Cove. Nestled on the rugged coastline, the quaint fishing village of Harrow's Cove held within its embrace a tale that transcended the bounds of reality, a haunting legend of the phantom ship that sailed the mist-shrouded waters under the enigmatic light of the moon. Centuries ago, Harrow's Cove thrived as a bustling port, its cobbled streets teeming with fishermen, traders, and sailors eager to set sail for distant shores. The heartbeat of the village was the renowned vessel, the Sea Seraph, captained by the intrepid Sebastian Harrow. However, the prosperity of Harrow's Cove met a chilling fate on a storm-laden night that would etch itself into the annals of maritime lore. It was said that Captain Harrow set sail under a blood-red sky, his crew eager to reap the bounties of the sea. As the night unfolded, a tempest of unparalleled fury descended upon the cove, swallowing the Sea Seraph and its crew in its merciless embrace. The tempest raged for days, and when the storm finally abated, there was no sign of the ship or its crew. The devastated villagers, clinging to the hope that the Sea Seraph would one day return, erected a lighthouse atop the cliffs to guide lost souls home. Yet, as the years passed, hope dimmed, and the legend of the phantom ship was born. Locals claimed that on the eve of the anniversary of the fateful storm, the ethereal outline of the Sea Seraph could be glimpsed sailing through the mist, its ghostly crew forever trapped in a nautical purgatory. In the modern era, a group of adventurous sailors, drawn by the allure of the village's ghostly tale, anchored in Harrow's Cove. Armed with state-of-the-art equipment and a thirst for adventure, they sought to unravel the mysteries that veiled the phantom ship in an eternal dance with the moonlit waves. The investigation began with the exploration of the abandoned lighthouse, where the flickering beam cast long shadows on the weathered walls. As the sailors delved deeper into the village's history, they discovered old journal entries and letters recounting the harrowing final voyage of the Sea Seraph. The stories spoke of mysterious lights dancing on the horizon and the haunting melodies of a sea shanty that echoed through the storm. Determined to capture evidence of the phantom ship, the sailors set out on a moonlit night, their vessel cutting through the mist that clung to the water like spectral fingers. As the village slept, the sailors witnessed a ghostly apparition on the horizon, the spectral silhouette of the Sea Seraph, its tattered sails billowing in the unseen wind. As the phantom ship drew closer, the sailors could hear the melancholic strains of a sea shanty carried by the salt-laden breeze. Shadows of the ghostly crew moved in unison on the deck, their eyes reflecting an otherworldly glow. The sailors, paralyzed by a mixture of awe and terror, documented the ethereal encounter on camera. Suddenly, as if pulled by an unseen force, the phantom ship veered away and disappeared into the mist, leaving the sailors in stunned silence. When they returned to Harrow's Cove, the evidence they had captured, the haunting melodies, the spectral apparitions, and the ghostly ship, became a testament to the enduring legend that had gripped the village for centuries. Harrow's Cove, with its phantom ship and the tales of a captain lost to the sea, remained a place where the line between the living and the dead blurred under the moon's watchful gaze. The legend of the Sea Seraph and its spectral crew sailed on, carried by the whispers of the wind and the waves, forever etched into the maritime history of Harrow's Cove. The forgotten Carnival of Ashen Hollow. Deep within the heart of the dense forest, shrouded in an eternal mist, lay the forgotten town of Ashen Hollow. This once thriving community was steeped in an eerie stillness, its dilapidated houses and overgrown streets bearing witness to a dark secret that had long been erased from the annals of time: the legend of the cursed Carnival. Generations ago, a mysterious carnival known as the Spectral Menagerie arrived in Ashen Hollow, its arrival heralded by a blood-red moon that cast an ominous glow over the town. The carnival boasted enchanting performers, dazzling illusions, and a carousel that seemed to beckon visitors from realms beyond. Yet, as the night unfolded, the once joyful carnival became a macabre spectacle, trapping the townsfolk in a nightmarish carnival of horrors. Legend spoke of a malevolent ringmaster, known as the Maestro of Shadows, who struck a Faustian bargain with the denizens of Ashen Hollow. In exchange for fleeting delights and twisted entertainment, the townsfolk unknowingly sold their souls, condemning themselves to an eternity of torment within the spectral confines of the carnival. As the cursed carnival took root in Ashen Hollow, a series of bizarre disappearances and unexplained events befell the town. Locals claimed to hear the distant strains of haunted music echoing through the night, and the flickering lights of the spectral carnival appeared on the outskirts of the forest, luring unsuspecting wanderers into its grasp. In the present day, a group of paranormal investigators, drawn by the lingering tales of the Spectral Menagerie, embarked on a journey to uncover the truth behind the cursed carnival. Armed with cameras, EVP recorders, and an unwavering determination, they entered the desolate town of Ashen Hollow, where time seemed to stand still. The investigators traversed the abandoned streets, their footsteps echoing in the silence that enveloped the town. The air was thick with a palpable unease, and the remnants of the cursed carnival emerged from the shadows: an ancient ticket booth covered in ivy, a faded sign promising wonders, and the twisted frame of the once dazzling carousel. As the investigators ventured deeper into the heart of the forest, they discovered the entrance to the spectral carnival, a portal between the mundane and the supernatural. The air crackled with an otherworldly energy as they stepped into a realm frozen in time, where ghostly apparitions replayed their final moments of revelry. The investigators bore witness to spectral performers frozen in eternal dance, the eerie laughter of ghostly children echoing through the mist, and the haunting melodies of the carousel playing on a perpetual loop. The Maestro of Shadows, a shadowy figure draped in tattered finery, cast a spectral gaze upon the intruders, revealing the depths of the curse that bound Ashen Hollow. In an attempt to break the curse, the investigators unearthed a forgotten relic, a tarnished mirror said to reflect the true nature of the Carnival. As they held the mirror aloft, the ghostly facade of joy and wonder shattered, revealing the twisted and malevolent reality that lurked beneath. The spectral performers transformed into grotesque specters, and the Carnival's enchanting allure gave way to a nightmarish realm. As the mirror shattered, a howling wind swept through the spectral Carnival, carrying with it the anguished wails of the trapped souls. The investigators, their mission complete, fled the otherworldly realm as the Carnival collapsed into the shadows, disappearing into the mist. Ashen Hollow, freed from the grip of the cursed Carnival, remained an eerie testament to the price of temptation and the darkness that lurked within seemingly enchanting facades. The legend of the spectral menagerie faded into whispers, a cautionary tale for those who might be tempted by the allure of forgotten wonders hidden in the heart of the haunted forest.